What's up, LC heads? Today I'm actually looking over Chrome. He is level 100. That should tell you something. Just because resource gathering is so freaking important in Last Cloudia. I've heard that this character gets quite the substantial little upgrade. I think Buddha's talked about it. Some other content creators have too. So I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but pretty much, from my understanding of it, he's supposed to have a way to proc an item steal upon killing somebody, which is something he could not do before. He could trigger a beast hunter-like effect where he had a chance to make the enemy drop an item like Beast Hunter would, but he never had a bonus to actually getting an item from killing an enemy. Because remember, an enemy can only drop 2 chests. One from a steal-like ability, and the other one from when you kill them. Right? So effectively you can steal a chest from an enemy, and then you can get a chest from them when you kill them. Shinobi was the one that had a bonus to getting a chest after killing somebody. He had a better chance of getting a chest from killing a mob. And he had a decent chance of getting the mob to drop its other chest by doing like basic attacks, and off of any extra damage he had a chance to proc that item steal. So you pretty much used to run around Chrome with Shinobi, and Chrome would just be in the party to try to proc the Beast Hunter arc, and if it procced on somebody, you would target somebody else, and you would use Shinobi to attack them, and hopefully some of his damage would proc the item, the steal item from that enemy. And then ultimately you would want Shinobi to get all the killing blows, because Shinobi had a higher chance of getting the items from the enemies upon actually killing them and getting them to drop that chest. So Chrome would just kind of be in the background because he lacked that last ability, and you would still want Shinobi. Like, Chrome was there passively, Shinobi would put in all the work. And that is how I've ran my parties as well, and it works out good. Well, now it looks like Chrome is stepping up. So even though I don't have many resources to be, 5th starring, enhancing heroes right now, and even though we have melee right now to work on, and I still want to 5-star Millum and unlock all of her nasty stuff just because I dig her so much, and I did manage to get a decent bonus for her. And I figure she's going to be rare because probably not too many other people are actually building her, so I can't wait. The point is, I'm still going to have to make an exception, and this guy's going to have to go up the ladder, and this is going to have to happen, right meow, just because he is a farmer. That is how important it is to have good farming in Last Cloudia. I say this because, I mean, if you're thinking about it, if you have a Chrome sitting around, to me, this takes great, importance, right? Like, I will have a damage character wait to get their enhance over a character that can farm, and stuff like that. Plus, I've always thought he was just a cool character because he can actually be effective in a fight because he's lowering resistances. He's lowering resistances to elements with most of his attacks, which is really, really nice. So effectively, he's great support there, and he can make other heroes do more damage, which is pretty cool. That and Science Magic is pretty awesome. He got a buff to that, so he got some nice buffs. I do enjoy Science Magic. You can cast it quickly and spam it, right? The whole point of doing that is obviously for that. These are the abilities I can't wait to get because they really put the finishing touches on a character. You typically get a lot more out of a character after getting these abilities, because a few of them are going to be like your super core abilities that are going to have a nice upgrade to them. A Rainbow Bridge, this is one of my favorite attacks he does, is S3 target all attribute wide area long range combo attack with a chance to lower all attribute resistance. I love when this goes off. Yeah, yeah, I was going to say, I know I'm going to be short some of the smaller crystals. Just can't get that now. Resource collecting. This is a must right here. Chance to get item from all enemies with items. And now, this is what's been added. When defeating an enemy, chance to get an item up to 1 per enemy. Boost chance based on trait level. He didn't used to have that before. That whole second part is just like a whole nother. Now he has a better chance of getting the second chest that enemies drop after you kill them. So this makes him all around better. I know I'm not going to have to get that. Yeah. We're close though. Oh man, I got all the... Yeah, I just get some of the easy stuff. I definitely... I'm going to at least get that. Even if I'm... his tree's not even filled out. And the reason for that is for the longest time, it actually did not... It didn't pay off to have a hard-hitting rogue. For a while there, and you can look at some of my older videos, this might surprise some of the newer players, it was better. You were better off farming with a lower attack, which means you could get more hits before killing something and more chances to proc items. So oftentimes I would just try to get all of the farming abilities, and I would try to leave a lot of the attack up parts of the skill tree and just not even get them. And that way I could get my attack as low as possible and have as many chances as proccing an item as possible. And I used to get some great, some great drop counts at the end of my runs. Now, since then, a lot has changed. We actually have like nightmare content where you need super strong heroes, and there's better drops. So there's incentive to have your heroes be powerful. Right, because now you need to be able to kill these godlike heroes, even with a high attack. You're going to get plenty of attacks on them before they die, and you're going to have plenty of chances to proc your item steal. The point is you actually need to be able to kill them now to do some effective god tier farming. So that's what it's all about. So now, obviously, I do want to catch up and build some of these rogues to their full extent of power. Of course, I've been a little more serious about this with my Shinobi. Since he's been the one that we want to get the killing blow, he's really the one that I've been working on to have a higher attack stat, to actually be able to conquer some god tier farming levels and be strong enough to effectively deal with mobs there, and proc his stuff. And for this guy, Chrome, it didn't matter up until this point, right? Like, if Chrome just needed to be there and be in the background and add some crowd control, bounce some people around till Shinobi could work his way to them, and Shinobi, you would still want him to get the killing blow. So I held back on really filling this guy's tree out, but now I'm going to do that. Specifically for this, I have to have resource collecting by the end of tonight. For sure, I'm going to grind that out. Doesn't matter what it takes. It's that important. Even if I don't completely finish the rest of his tree right now, this substantially makes him so much better as an item collector and a farmer. And let's see, what is this? MP plus 1% to everyone. Everyone uses MP. Some people need it more than others. 1%'s nice, right? You got 300 MP. All of a sudden you got 30 more. No, I'm just kidding. It's 3 more. But to other heroes that actually use a mana pool and that have a higher mana pool, this might help them a little bit. You might be able to squeeze out one last spell at the very end of combat when it's all or nothing. Hey, you never know, right? All in all, though, I like these that are applicable to all heroes. I'd prefer if this was hit points, but still, it's 1% to something that most heroes can use, so I dig that. That's nice. I want to work on Tsukasa just because he's one of my favorite spear units, and he's just a badass themed character, and you can just tell he's a badass through and through, killing lions with his hands and shit. I just dig him as a character, and I like his overall aesthetic, and I can't wait to see what they've done with him because they've added some nice damage caps. So Tsukasa's not level 100 though. He's 93. I put him away just because I had to concentrate on other stuff. But yeah, we're effectively working on Chrome, and then this girl unlocks some good Nar. She's at a bonus 14. So she's doing all right there. I'm going to be able to run her with a pretty powerful kit, I would think. I've seen her running around with 18,000 hit points, and I think it's because people have realized that her attack is so high already. You don't need to put that much more in, and you could give her a ton of hit points instead, and she'll still be hitting for damage cap with all her candy having ass. Looking amazing. Let's see, and then there's Maylee. I met a girl named May. Okay, that was Alice's song, so I really shouldn't do that to my little boo. Ryamaru is at 84. Gotta work on him for sure. These two last collab characters were amazing. But then them upgrading these collab characters too at the same time, I'm like, oh man. Because Tsukasa got amazing damage buffs, and I still have his spear style and all that good stuff. Let's see. We also have Terra Melt 3 added to the game. That can increase damage cap, so that's awesome. Like, we haven't had anything that really increases damage cap that you can just give to anyone. And statuses aren't that hard to put on people with Melee and DeGrogue and some of the other statuses we have. So, even Corrosion Fang. Hey, you can put that on anyone, and that's a nice debuff to bring into any fight. DeGrogue's 89. Now look at this. Melee's already 86. Ooh, and I'm going to need some more Beast Tails. But I have just enough for her. That's a must just because she's so freaking strong. But at least I have enough for her. I was worried about that, right? This guy, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with John. He's a great debuffer. I got him at a +8. His update wasn't super overwhelmingly, you know. Kohaku, I have to do something with Kohaku and her +8 bonus. There's a lot of character to build here, though. We will be checking her out, but that's going to be a while because it's going to take me a minute to put work into her. I have Reese now for like some more earth damage and stuff like that, and I really like what I have with her and her gear and the other earth attack spear. It's like 20% more damage to earth, so works out really well for her. So I don't know, Kohaku's tempting. I know Big MCC is going to be working on Kohaku. She was like best girl for him. He really enjoyed her, and I can see why. Her mechanic is awesome. Just the way that she attacks. I dig it. She's very fast and tears up the screen like it ain't no thing. Right? So, yeah, I figured I didn't really talk about these heroes that they gave upgrades to, like especially Tsukasa, and he was one of my favorites just because he is a wicked bastard, the strongest primate. Yeah. So, yeah, we have like characters like Maja and Shida. They're already at 110. Lord of Ruin, obviously. But this is what I'm working on next. In fact, I might just run Heart of the Temple a few times because I just ran Tower and got up to like floor 80 or something. That's great experience for some of the heroes I'm trying to level. But a lot of them are like high 80s, level 90 something. I can just put them into a party with either Maja and just one shot Heart of the Temple on hard over and over again, or even Melee. Because she can kill it like just as damn quickly now that she's like an 80 SC character, right? And yeah, she has that +8 bonus. Right, I figured if I was gonna have a bonus for her, I at least want +8 because it's 8 more SC you can put on like a complete kit. I mean, that you can pick out typically a pretty damn nice ability on top of your full kit. Now, really, I like 9 SC because Savage Strike costs 9 SC, right? And being able to put Savage Strike on an already, like, complete 80 SC kit where she's getting the most damage and everything possible out of 80 SC. And then being able to, like, slap, you know, that on it for even more damage. Or if you're already capped out, yo, that's 8, 9... SC of hit point boost. I think hit points up 4 is 4 SC, and hit points up 5 is 4 SC. So I have enough for that. 8 SC will give this girl so much more hit points on top of like a full kit where she's doing nasty ass damage and all that stuff. So that can actually be a pretty decent difference in a character, like 35% more to their hit point pool. you know, so it helps. But honestly, this girl's so strong already. Guys, just get her and get her to 80 SC. Like, you don't need to pull for dupes. You're going to be getting dupes. It's going to take us a while to max her on bonus because we're going to have to play through a bunch of these events that are going to give us a way to farm a prism, but they will put this character's prisms up in future events. I know this for sure because they are the descendant of whatever heroes, and those are the ones that they bless us with these little special banners and stuff, because that's the only other way to really get them other than to pull these heroes. So the point is, it's not like this is a collab hero and you need to stress, because whatever you get her bonus to is what she's stuck with until the collab ever comes back, even if it does, right? But yeah, even if you can't get a dupe of her or a prism, she's an amazing character to have, and you'll count your lucky stars to have her. She can clear shit so easy, you know, it ain't no thing. So obviously I would like to complete her ability tree, you know, but 86 we're climbing, and a lot of that's just from tower. So, you know, put your new heroes in a party. Obviously I have an experience boost up too, so she's getting more experience, but just put them in your third tower party that you're bringing along just for the experience that they're getting, because higher like levels of tower give great experience, and they can learn off some arc, you know, that you can give them. So it's just one more arc you're teaching them to while you're getting run through tower. And there's lapis in tower, so why wouldn't you be clearing it? You know, it just makes sense, especially when you have new heroes to put in that third party. I really only run tower with like my first party, and maybe my second party will help me clear the last couple floors until I get stuck. And at that point, I don't care. I've grinded out so much out of tower. If you get up to floor 80, you're grinding so much experience for your new heroes or the ones in your third party. I used to just put them in there at level 12 and just watch them, you know, like get 3-4 levels at a time. You know, when you're up at like floor 20 or 30, it's pretty nice. You know, and then obviously this event has just been slowly working at that. But we are fighting little monsters for what these materials to make these rings. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what all these rings do. But that's not going too bad so far. It's giving me a chance to put in some of the monster heroes, the monster class characters that we have, and just start slowly working on them. Even though really the whole point is just to work on this girl, right? It's just to teach this girl stuff along the way, and the monsters are just there to soak up whatever they can for along the way. I would like to at least get the sticker from the robot, so that when they drop that, I want to make sure mine's ready. And that's like the only mob or the only monster character that I've really built up, because I think it's cool, and I want to be able to clear that nightmare stage with it as soon as they drop that level for that. So I've been running him around in a party, just trying to teach different stuff. And obviously I'm going to want Machine Killer and Slayer on it and stuff like that, because it's going to be fighting other little metal spider Tachikomas. So that's been the plan, that's been the party, and it's just been pretty slow and steady. Other than that, I've been collecting like the little fairies and doing the side quests, and I've been doing that with this same party. And I put Chrome in. Now Chrome's going to be, after I grind those gems out, he's going to be yielding more items from these runs, and I do enjoy having Chrome. Just the crowd control is nice. So it'd be nice to switch it up with the rogues, and that's what I'm doing. I just figured I'd shed some light on it just in case anybody forgot. If you got a Chrome sitting around that you just kind of run as like a side piece thief that's just in the background, he can have a better role now. So that might be something that's worth it. I don't know, it depends on how much a farming character is worth to you, right? If you're plenty happy enough just getting some of the, you know, resources you could be getting with like some half-ass Robin, you know what I mean, and you've just been ignoring some of the other farming characters you have, maybe this isn't that important to you. Hey, to each their own, but from what I've noticed, we typically are trying to farm in every event, and every, like, your ability to farm in this game like dictates how much progress you make and how much of the best stuff you can get. So to me, that's pretty damn important, even if it seems like more of a boring character. right? I'm still going to work on this guy now and get this out of the way, just to make all my farming parties stronger, because he's in all of them, at least all the serious ones, right? So, you know, just friendly reminder, you might have this guy sitting around and you might just have basically forgotten or not got the news that they have upgraded his ability to steal items and get them for you. So that's a big deal to me. And yeah, if I missed anything about him, you know, or Sukasa or any of this awesome stuff they've upgraded them with, please let me know. Leave me a comment. And have an awesome night. I'll see you out there.